How dare you cheat on your opinion?
Oh wait, it's 2022. I can't have it. My bad.
Oh yeah, it is your bad. Alright guys, welcome to part 3 of I Hate Illumination. It's been a while since this series was on the Odyssey. Mostly because I've been trying to do this episode for a while and Luke is free like every other day. So we couldn't really watch the movie together.
But whatever. Yeah.
So now we're gonna give our thoughts on the greatest movie of all time, Despicable Me 2. So I don't know if you watched the last 2 episodes, but basically there used to be 5 categories. This episode I'm changing it up and I'm taking away one of the categories, which is the soundtrack, because A, I don't feel like listening to the soundtracks anymore, and B, it doesn't really affect how good the movie is. Like, it could be the greatest movie of all time and have a terrible soundtrack, and that would lower the score, so it'd be pretty dumb. So I'm taking away that part. So the 4 categories, if I remember, are story, or no, it's plot, characters, animation, and impact. So those are the 4.
What would impact mean?
Like how big the movie became, how it affected, I don't know, what Illumination does and everything. So yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the story. So basically, obviously.
Alright, yeah, I've memorized all the plots. So
alright, you want to
leave this to me.
Yeah. Alright,
okay.
you can explain it.
So, in the beginning, Gru is going out on his lawn, and he is setting up his birthday for his youngest adopted daughter, Agnes, with the minions' help, and it's medieval themed. And everyone's having a party, there's food, the minions are playing with the children.
Whoa.
Yeah, because the minions are millions and millions of years old.
Pedophiles.
No. And so, the person who Gru ordered to come be a fairy can't come. So, he has to do it himself. So he goes on the roof of his house in a fairy costume, and the minions lower him down on a rope, and he pulls it off, and Agnes believes him.
No, she doesn't.
I'm getting there! And everyone's like in awe that the fairy is fat and Gru-like, and they don't believe what Agnes is believing. And then everyone adopts Gooey Cake, and then Agnes goes up to Gru and is like, I know it's you, thank you. Or something like that. And then some friend of a friend's mom is here, and he's trying to get Gru a date, even though Gru doesn't want to date at the moment. And the person is really weird, and personally, in my opinion, not above a 3 out of 10, in my opinion. But,
you haven't even gotten to the point of the plot yet.
No, cause I memorized it, Daniel.
You memorized? No,
memorized
yeah,
it.
but this is just you're just basically like saying the script in your head.
Yes, because that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
So Gru is living his life, and then this agent called Lucy. I forgot the last name, but it's So Lucy comes, is like, hey, you need to come with me. And Gru pulls out the freeze ray, but Lucy beats him to it and tasers him and stuffs him in a car. And 2 minions hop along and they go on this little chase in a cardboard box attached to the car.
What the hell do you remember all of this?
And they're like zooming through the streets. The box gets launched up and he hits a bird. And then they drive off, and the boat turns into a boat. I mean, the car turns into a submarine. My bad. And the minions come inside, and they beat Lucy. And then they start changing the radio station rapidly, which is, yeah. I told you I remember all of it.
You were really talking about the minions changing the radio stations in Lucy's car.
Yeah, and they pass a school fish in the dark, and they get to this underwater agency base, and they take the car in, and then it turns back into a car from above, And then they go inside, and then Gru gets let out, and he has a starfish on his head, which is very iconic if you have been alive.
I've been alive, so that it is really iconic to me.
And then Lucy introduces him to the leader of the agency, Agent Ramsbottom. Yes, the name. And so he's telling him that there's been some suspicious activity at this mall, and he asked Lucy to retrieve Gru since he's an evil mastermind to help and find him and turn him in to the agency. And he does, and so they go in disguise, and they find this cupcake store to go investigate, and there's a bunch of cupcakes, and the minions make their own cupcakes, and then this amazing Chad walks in on them looking through the store, and his name is not revealed yet in the plot, but it will be.
It's taken you like 10 minutes to get to the fucking villain.
Yes, I know, because I memorized the script. So he's like, oh, hello, my friends, welcome to my cupcake shop. No, this is not my cupcake shop, I own a restaurant next door. Hello, I'd like to welcome you to the mall, and hola. And
wow.
He rips his shirt and he has the flag of Italy tattooed on his chest, and this gold chain that has an M on it.
You mean Mexico?
Yeah, that's not really important right now. It's Mexico, but
yeah, like 90% of the stuff you said is important to the plot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not that important. But Gru recognizes the necklace, and
I love when Italians have Cinco de Mayo parties.
I'm sorry. So anyway, he recognizes it. He's like, oh, that's El Macho. And he's like, okay, that's great. Please leave. And he explains to Lucy that El Macho is this absolute Chad. Like, he is absolutely ripped. He busted through a wall in a bar back in his flashback. He chokes a snake and puts its teeth through a table so it's stuck. He completely chugs a keg of beer and pays for it because people have sanity. And then he breaks through another wall, completely stops a truck and throws it. And eventually he tries the biggest challenge of all, riding a shark into the mouth of a volcano loaded with dynamite. He faked his own death for some reason. I know. He faked his own death, and he's never seen since. Well, you don't know he faked his death. You think he dies. But it's pretty obvious that the guy is El Macho, because they're both fat.
Wow.
And so, later that night, Gru and Lucy go to investigate his restaurant, which serves Mexican food, not Italian food, Mexican food.
Oh, shit.
And they fight the chicken. And the chicken gets stuck in a little glass ball. And they find the security, there's only salsa in there. And so they have to leave because the guy's here with knives. And it says someone's going to die tonight. And yeah, that's the exact line. And so they have to escape with this helicopter. And they investigating elsewhere because it wasn't in the restaurant. And Gru developed a crush on Lucy, and he tries to ask her out on a date, but she is moving to Australia on a different mission. And so Gru is having this great day, and then he finds that news out, and then he gets all depressed and sad, and he ruins some garbage cans by kicking them. And yeah, that's
so
not
important.
I know. He's getting really depressed, and then Lucy is on the plane to Australia, and then she's having hallucinations of everyone's face as Gru. There's a mother and a baby there, Gru. The flight attendant's Gru. This old married couple is Gru, and so she takes the parachute and jumps out of the plane. And you don't know where the plane is, so I don't know how that's really happening, but this is a kids movie, so you don't know how that happened. She was probably in the middle of the ocean. So Lucy comes back and Gru gets happy because they found this little secret location of the restaurant, and all of Gru's minions are going missing. So he suspects it's there, and with 2 minions, I think one of them was like Carl or something, I don't know. Carl and Dave, they go. I'm just gonna call him that because
I'm pretty sure it was Dave.
oh, great. So they go to investigate, and there's this big like salsa party, and Gru's adopted child, Margot, found a boyfriend who was El Macho's niece. Yeah, niece. And so Gru kidnaps him and hides him somewhere, and then Gru is still depressed because he doesn't know she's there, and he's eating guacamole out of
you said his niece.
Yeah. Oh wait, no, his nephew. His nephew. As you can see, I'm very smart right now. Yeah. So he's getting depressed and he's eating guacamole out of a salsa hat, a chip hat, and then El Macho takes him in back because he knows he's Gru now, and he takes him, and then there's a big elevator and they go down, and then there's this secret dance floor, which is like a Dance Revolution pad, and you have to do the correct steps to get across, and then another elevator opens. That's great because you get to see El Macho doing Dance Revolution. And he goes down, and he finds a bunch of his minions all purple and angry because of this serum that they were injected with. Breaking Bad. And he finds his assistant, Dr. Nefario, there too, helping, who is relevant to the plot. And El Macho asks Gru to help him take over the world, because El Macho. And then Gru's like, okay, but no, I don't really want to do that. Runs out, and he tries to contact Lucy, but she's there at his house. So they go together on a helicopter with this new serum that Dr. Nefario made to reverse the serum of the purple minion, and it's jelly.
Wow.
Yeah, it's jelly. So they go there, and it's an entire fortress now, because that can definitely happen overnight. And then they are curing a bunch of minions with the jelly guns. And then El Macho's comes like, hey, I stole those. They're mine now. You can't do that. And he takes some of the serum and he turns all purple. And he has Lucy tied to this rocket loaded with dynamite on a shark, setting into the same volcano where he faked his death. Because why not? And then so Gru has to save him, and he's on the rocket flying in the air, and they kind of confess their love for each other, and he cuts the red wire that stops the dynamite, and they jump off into the water on a floaty that they had. And the day is saved, and El Macho dies. There's a lot of death in the Despicable Me series. Yeah.
Death count. They also get married.
I'm not done, Daniel.
Oh,
I'm not done.
I thought you were done.
I'm not done.
Oh my god.
So, 169 days later, I think 169 days later, they are having their wedding.
How do you remember that?
Because I can. And they're having the big wedding and they sing YMCA because that's how child movies end, a big dance party. And yeah,
Wow.
that's the story of Despicable Me Too.
I'm gonna definitely have to put a timestamp if nobody wants to listen to you explain literally everything that happens in the movie. But alright, I guess we can share our opinions now.
Yeah, my monitor turned off because of how long.
Bro, you were speaking for almost 15 minutes.
Oh my god.
Okay,
It's Despicable Me.
so basically rate them out of 10. So, I don't think the plot of this movie is as good as the first one. I will say. I don't think it's a bad plot. I'd probably give it like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. You know,
Okay.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
Gru's getting back into the, you know, the villain stuff, but you know,
Yeah.
with the whole plot and everything, I think it's pretty good. But the things I would complain about probably get into the other categories, so I'll save it for that. But yeah, I'd say 7 out of 10 for the plot. It's decent.
Alright. For my opinion, I think it would be about 7.5 out of 10.
All right, we'll just
Because-
say 7.
7.5, Daniel. Because, okay, so...
We're averaging here.
Because, yes. Because the plot is okay, the locations are cool because it looks like Mexico, not Italy. It's not in Italy. For the thumbnail, you should put the Italian flag on El Macho's chest.
I will.
And then the characters are okay, but that's a different category. But the plot is decent, so I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10.
All right, we'll round to an 8 out of 10 for
Okay.
general. All right, let's go to the characters. So,
Oh, the characters. Oh,
all right, you want to start?
yes. Gru. He's even better than before. He's turned the new leaf and he's now good.
No, I liked them in the first one.
In the first one, he's a tad bit better, but he's cool now because he can shoot jelly guns.
Okay, so I looked up
And
Despicable Me 2, and for the cast, the first person to come up is the guy that plays Bob the Minion. Like, why is Bob the main character or something?
No. Okay, so as for the 3 adopted children, they're not really relevant to the plot, but they're there.
Besides
Annoying
Margot.
still. Oh yeah, Margot's kind of important.
Yeah.
She dumps the nephew, also,
Yeah.
and kicks him in the crotch, because that's how you break up with someone. Definitely. Cause them external pain, not internal, external. Snack their neck. Don't do that. Don't snack. But so, and then there's Lucy, who is cool because she has a car that can turn into a submarine, and she can somehow go from the middle of the ocean to exactly where she needs to be, and that's cool. The minions are the minions. Facebook humor.
I will say the
Yeah.
Minions have a lot more focus in this movie, which is kind of annoying
Yeah.
because
The minions in the first movie were kind of there.
yeah, they were like were
Yeah.
side characters, so they were fine. They
Yeah,
weren't really
and now
annoying.
they have like a main point in the plot,
Yeah.
and they're yellow Tic Tacs.
Yeah, I mean, I can't lie. The Tic Tacs, the Minion Tic Tacs are kind of fire. I can't lie.
Yeah. El Macho, absolute peak 10 out of 10. Obviously, character. He's great. He's buff. He's jacked. He can walk through a wall. He rode a shark in the air on a rocket with dynamite and drove it into a volcano and lived.
Yep.
He owns a restaurant. That's pretty macho, if you ask me.
Yeah, he
And
does
it's
own
a
a restaurant.
Mexican restaurant.
It's an
and
Italian
they serve-
restaurant, actually.
And they serve chip hats. Chip hats are awesome. I've never had one, but they're awesome.
They are
Just-
pretty awesome.
Me saying, yeah. The purple minions, please stop. Just no. Please. the nephew, he's there.
Yeah, he is. Doesn't really have a personality.
Yeah. His personality was Mexican. Oh, I just saw you set the picture of the Tic Tacs. Oh my god. And then there's Dr. Nefario, who's old, cool. and he knows how to make jelly that can change purple to yellow.
That is pretty cool. What is this stock image of the nephew? I'll put the picture on screen. I'll put the picture on screen.
Oh my god.
Alright, it's my turn to talk about the characters.
Hold on, I'm not done.
How many more characters are there?
The agent is relevant.
Bro.
Okay, you can go.
Okay, so I think Gru is still my favorite character. He's a really good character in the first one and the second one. His daughters don't really aren't really that main of characters this time. They don't really, the plot doesn't really circle around them this time, so they're fine. The minions are way more annoying in this one. They're not like super annoying like they are in like the other movies, but they're like kind of annoying. The villain, El Macho, of course you gotta like El Macho.
Yeah.
I do gotta say he is not as good as Vector. I have to say that. He can't really compete with Vector, but I do like El Macho.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, I don't like Lucy. I think she's really annoying.
Yeah, she can be.
I think her like she's like a badass, yeah, but like she's just like.
Whoa, Daniel. Whoa.
Gross.
Okay, continue.
Just when she's like talking and everything, she's just pretty annoying to me. I don't know. So I don't really like her. The purple minions, no.
Okay. Yeah, agree.
I do have to say that. So the characters, for the ones they added, I don't like the purple minions. I don't like Lucy, but I do like El Macho.
He's never seen it again.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I'm just looking through images.
Characters, probably a 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10 for this one.
I'd give it a 7 because of El Macho. You have to do justice to El Macho. Oh yeah. Then there's
We have the animation for Despicable Me 2.
it's
Definitely an improvement over the first one.
definitely. Yeah.
The minions look actually normal in this one.
Yeah, they don't look highlight yellow, and they look normal yellow now.
But like in general, Illumination just has really weird animation. Like Lucy's body is just so weirdly animated. Like her legs are like sticks, bro. Like they're literal like beige sticks.
Yeah.
And then Gru just doesn't have a neck. Like.
Oh, he never has a neck.
I know, but like, what the hell is that picture? The animation, you know, I do think it is, but just, you know, in general, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10.
Alright, yeah, I'd give it a 7 out of 10 as well.
Final, category is impact. Oh yeah, but no, what did you give animation? I forgot.
Oh, I said it's 6.
6 out of 10? Alright, we'll round to 7.
Don't look at Discord, Joke.
What the fuck?
Don't look at
Bro, it was so weird when she was played by the girl from Gravity Falls.
Oh yeah, she was!
So, it was so weird, because I'm used to that voice actor sounding like a 13-year-old, so it's like, it was so weird, like, her being like a regular aged girl. I don't know. What? POV Gru. Alright, let's go on. Let's go on to the impact of this movie. So, I'm looking at.
It was actually pretty impactful for the minions themselves.
It definitely was. Now, I want to say, I'm looking at the Wikipedia page. The budget for this movie was $76 million, and this movie made almost $1 billion in the box office.
Wow.
So that was definitely big for Illumination at the time, and kind of the next movie they made, I'm pretty sure, was Minions. So that's pretty. It basically I'd say
What
this.
started it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'd say this is probably the most impactful.
Yeah, this
Minions
is the most
movie.
impactful movie of them all. For
Yeah.
Minions.
Actually, I said the most impactful movie of all time. You know, it's just.
No. Really?
I'm joking. Yes, bro. Despicable Me 2, the most impactful movie of all time.
Yes, bro. It is. That was Starship.
No. Okay, so I'd give this movie an 8 out of 10 for impact.
I'd give it a 8 out of 10 is pretty good.
Alright, so
I'm cool with that.
we said 7 out of 10 for plot, 6 out of 10 for characters, 7 out of 10 for animation, and 8 out of 10 for impact. So that equals out to a 7 out of 10 for Despicable Me 2. How do you feel about that?
Okay.
Alright, Despicable. Listen, this video seems short, but then I realized like half of it is just you saying the script to
The
Despicable Me 2.
entire plot of it.
Yeah, so it's not really gonna be a short video. It's probably gonna be the longest video in the series, actually. For watching, if you all sat through Luke explaining the script, I'm sorry. You didn't have to. I gave you a warning.
Yeah,
You could have skipped
you
to the
didn't have to do
timestamp. Thanks for watching. The next episode is Minions, so I'm gonna do by myself. Then after that, there's a couple movies. Despicable Me 3, I will be doing with someone. I will not spoil who that is yet, but if you've seen the last 2 people that I've done these with, you can probably guess. So,
It's me.
no, it's not you.
I know it's not me. I had to do this.
Okay, see you next time. Bye.